Lindsay! That one's really good.
My name is Alexis Hilliard. My YouTube show, Stump Kitchen, started as a personal project, but has evolved into a community where bodies, limbs, and lives are celebrated wholly and freely. Food has healed me in ways I never anticipated, from recovering from an eating disorder to struggling with depression, anxiety, and self-love. Now I want to explore what's cooking in the hearts of some of the city's greatest chefs and restaurant owners to find out why they love what they do and gather enough lessons and inspiration to create my first full dinner menu, Stump Kitchen style. I've been a huge fan of The Nook since it opened. I'm really excited to start my culinary journey by meeting Lindsay Moon and learning what fuels her passion for running this cozy, inclusive inner city cafe.
My goal has always been to create a space to invite people in and to nurture people. And I think food and drinks is the best and quickest way to do that. So I knew from kind of maybe about the age of 12 or 13 that it was something I really liked to do. So I have this really strong memory of being at our family cabin, and whenever we'd have picnic lunches, that's what we'd do. And you'd like lay a napkin in and then like build a sandwich and put chips, and like I just loved it. And I remember saying to my stepfather then, like, I'm gonna open a cafe. I want to make people sandwiches. And then for as long as I can remember in my adult life, it's what I wanted to do as a career. And I knew that I couldn't do it without my mom's business brain. So she got in. She really believes in empowering young women to live their dreams and to be successful in business. And so I know that she's backed me that way, and I couldn't be here without her. There's a major cafe culture happening, but what I think is happening alongside of that, unfortunately, sometimes is a lot of a hierarchy or an unattainableness. And a space that I believe should be very welcoming has maybe become unwelcoming. So whether that's that you don't understand the language that's used in a cafe if you want to order a coffee, or you have maybe financial barriers or dietary barriers, you know, this is a space that should be welcoming and inclusive, and I think it's kind of starting to shift away from that a little bit. So when I learned about the suspended coffee program when we were visiting a cafe in Vancouver, I knew immediately it was exactly what we needed to do here. Regular patrons can, in advance, purchase a cup of coffee or tea and a piece of our baking for people who might otherwise not be able to afford it. The nice thing about it is I've set it up so that when people prepay, you get a button and you put it in a jar beside the cash register. We have a good population of street people that come in that know it exists, and the idea is that they don't have to have that awkward conversation. They don't have to come to the cash register and say, I'm really hungry, or can I have something? I don't have any money. But they just can come up and very discreetly take a button and use it like currency. And then people start to see it happen and they go, what was that? And then I can tell people, and it's been really warmly received. To buy food is an incredible luxury. To be able to access food the way that I can, if I want something, for the most part, I can go and buy it. And I can eat it and I can enjoy it, and that's an incredible privilege. So I think it has a tremendous opportunity to create community as well when you make food accessible to people who maybe can't otherwise have it. I think it's important that the food that we offer is accessible to everybody, regardless of any of those barriers. If you come in here and you tell me something that you can't eat, I'm convinced that you will not leave here until I've made you something that you can. My philosophy on food is that it is to nourish, and that it's a right. Access to good food is a right. I'm angry about the way food is accessible in this world. That crappy food is cheaper, more readily available, more accessible than good, wholesome food. That people can't feed their families and feed themselves and nourish themselves on the most basic level. So for me, it needs to be accessible. When you buy something, it needs to be made with love. It needs to be made with wholesome, real ingredients. And I want it to fill a need. So if you're hungry, you need food. Maybe you're upset. You need comfort food. Maybe you're so happy. Somebody just got married, had a baby, told you they love you. Maybe you had a birthday. I want you to celebrate with food. And I want you to feel good about the food that you're eating.
I can't wait to have Lindsay over to hear all about her heart ingredient and create a delicious meal together.
Lindsay, I'm so happy that you're in my kitchen.
I'm so happy to be in your kitchen.
This is just amazing. Oh,
I'm really excited.
So good. Welcome. So we're going to make a toast feast.
Toast feast.
Yeah, because toast is your heart ingredient, and we're going to cover it with all these beautiful ingredients and
Yes.
shove it in our faces.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's going to be great.
Why toast?
Toast is a big deal in my family.
How come?
I don't know where it came from. I just know that we used it a lot. So my grandparents had this toaster that like lived on their table whenever we had family dinners. And my other grandparents, anytime you wanted to like have a talk, they like to have like late night chats. And like before you go to bed, you always had a snack. And they'd always make toast too. So it's just like something my family's always done is make toast. And then when I met my partner, I told him about this love affair with toasters. So I had told him all about why I wanted one, you know, and that it meant so much to me. And I really wanted this one that my grandparents had. And then that year for Christmas, we were at my parents'. No, when I opened the card, it said inside, "Let's make toast together forever." And I was just like, "Aw, that's so sweet. I love toast." Then I opened it, and it wasn't the same, but it was a vintage toaster from like the 40s. And then he just kept saying, "But what do you think about the cord?" And I was like, "Well, the cord's fine." He's like, "I don't know if I made it long enough. I had to replace the cord." Then when I looked, there was rings tied on the cords.
Oh,
That's when I
gosh,
clued in that it was like an engagement toaster. So then I started crying and just like looking at him, and he was just sitting there smiling across the room. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And then we make toast feasts a lot because when we were dating, that's what we did. We would stay up all night and then we would make toast feasts.
That is so beautiful.
Toast with all your favorite stuff.
Yeah. Well, I feel so lucky that you're doing this with me now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So you hold it and...
You could probably do it this way, I bet.
I probably could. You're right. Here, I'll
And
do
I
that.
give it a little.
Massage?
You hear it? How it breaks off. Then you need just the right spoon because it's really thin.
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. So we have our beautiful vegan egg salad and our cheese star shapes. This one is vegan mayo, some arugula and baby spinach, topped with strawberries and baby tomatoes, with a bit of black pepper, and then topped off with a splash of lemon juice.
Has got some vegan mayonnaise and a mashed avocado, some nutritional yeast, calmanac, and some fresh red onion. And this toast has creamy chive with strawberries, the arugula, baby spinach, and some pepper.
Oh, so it seems like you and I both are a big fan of the sweet plus savory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Lindsay, this was the best. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a little bit of avocado off your face. Okay. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. I had a great time.
I love this, and I feel like so much more connected to bread and toast, and like I can't wait to take your heart ingredient and make it into part of my full menu. Can I hug you?
Please. This was awesome. Ooh, this was great. Cheers.
Oh yeah. Cheers. Oh yeah.
Coming up on season 1 of Stump Kitchen, Cooking for the Heart.
It's not about money. I want to serve people. My dream is like when I grow up, I should be open one vegan restaurant for all my friends. Friend is very important. It's like family.
Cooking is not just to cook for this business. It's really cooking from their heart and their soul. So it's really about feeling abundantly full, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And I think that's what this restaurant represents for Mom and Dad.
And what a novel idea to be able to be comfortable at your environment. A cook that works 8 hours a day with breaks and food in an environment that is warm and caring and not hostile. We've seen way too much in this industry that's wrong to be able to keep that going.
Through Stump Kitchen and through cooking and through this whole notion of just like following my heart, it was able to really help me get into the heart of who I am and just like the parts that I had pushed away for so long and that had been really kind of policed or driven by what society was expecting of me. To be able to make these videos and to put them out into the world, I hope that there's tons of people with limb difference and all the kinds of difference who are just like,